Transform your life daily with these powerful Stoic Alpha Affirmations. What if I told you that you've been given a secret weapon, one that can make you unbreakable, immune to failure, and fearless in the face of chaos? It's been hiding in plain sight for over 2,000 years, waiting for you to use it. And today, you will. Right now, you are about to unlock the power of Stoic Alpha Affirmations, the ancient mental technology that trained warriors, emperors, and philosophers to remain unmoved by adversity and laser-focused on their highest purpose. This is not mere positive thinking. This is war-tested wisdom, the mindset of men who faced death daily yet remained in absolute control. But before we begin, let me ask you, what is stopping you from being free right now? No, really. Is it fear, anxiety, the opinions of others, the weight of failure? Take a second to think. Because in this moment, whatever your answer is, that's what's controlling you. But after this, it won't anymore. Let's begin. I wake up. The world is silent, but my mind is already speaking. It doesn't wait. It floods me with thoughts, some useful, most distracting. And this is where most people fail before they even start their day. But not me, not you, not anymore. Because the first battle of the day is the battle of the mind. So here's the first Stoic Alpha Affirmation. I control my mind, or my mind controls me. Say it with me, not as a whisper, but as a command. I control my mind, or my mind controls me. This is the foundation of everything. If you fail here, you fail everywhere. But if you win here, you become untouchable. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, wrote this in his private notes. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Imagine a man waking up every morning to lead an empire in the middle of a war. Plagues, betrayals, political chaos. His life was a storm, but he remained calm. Why? Because he refused to let his mind become the storm. So today, as you wake up, ask yourself, do you rule your thoughts, or do they rule you? If a negative thought appears, pause. Look at it like a scientist observing an experiment. Do not react, just notice it, and remind yourself, this is just a thought. It has no power over me unless I give it power. Now, let's move to the next. The world owes you nothing, and that's your greatest advantage. You step out into the world. You check your phone messages, emails, distractions. Instantly, you're pulled in 100 directions. Frustration rises. Someone says something that annoys you. Plans change. A delay ruins your schedule. And here's where most people lose control. They let external events decide their mood, their focus, their energy, but not you, because today, you affirm, I expect nothing, and I accept everything. This is the mindset of the Stoic Alpha. You do not expect fairness. You do not demand that the world operate in a way that pleases you. You simply see reality as it is, and you move forward anyway. This was the wisdom of Epictetus, the former slave who became a philosopher. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Think about that. Two people lose their jobs. One collapses into despair, blaming the world, drowning in frustration. The other immediately starts working on his next move, seeing opportunity in the setback. Same event, different reactions. Now ask yourself, how much of your suffering comes from your expectations, not reality? When you expect things to go smoothly, you get frustrated when they don't. But when you expect nothing, when you embrace uncertainty as a given, nothing can shake you. So, as you go through your day, remember, every problem, every challenge, every unexpected turn is not an obstacle. It's just reality. And you adapt. You move. You dominate. Pain is your training ground, not your enemy. The day moves forward. A setback appears, big or small. It doesn't matter. Maybe it's rejection. Maybe it's failure. Maybe it's something as small as spilling your coffee. Most people react with anger, frustration, self-pity. They see pain as an enemy, but not you, because today, you affirm, I am grateful for every difficulty, because it forges me into something stronger. Marcus Aurelius had a saying, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This is the Stoics' greatest superpower. Pain is not a roadblock. It is a sharpening stone. The gym hurts, but that's how muscles grow. Learning a skill is frustrating, but that's how mastery is built. Rejection stings, but that's how resilience is formed. Everything that is hard is a gift, if you choose to see it that way. So the next time something goes wrong, before you react, pause and ask, what if this is actually happening for me, not against me? Most people curse difficulty. However, you welcome it, because every difficulty is an opportunity to prove your strength. Now, here's your challenge. Today, something will go wrong. It always does. But instead of reacting, instead of complaining, you will smile, you will breathe, and you will remind yourself, this is my training. This is how I become unbreakable. The secret to freedom: want nothing, need nothing, fear nothing. It's evening now. The world slows down, but your mind is still running, regretting the past, worrying about the future. So here's your final affirmation for today. I have everything I need within me. Nothing outside of me controls my peace. Most people chase things, money, status, validation, thinking that once they get them, they'll be happy. But here's the secret. Happiness is not something you find. It's something you decide. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoics, wrote, he is richest who wants the least. Freedom isn't about having more. It's about needing less. Because the moment you need something to feel happy, you give it power over you. So tonight, as you lay in bed, ask yourself, what am I still chasing? And do I truly need it? Or is it just a lie my mind has been taught to believe? And then, let go. Let go of needing anything. Let go of fearing anything. Because the man who needs nothing is the man who cannot be controlled. This is how you transform your life daily. By affirming your power. By expecting nothing and accepting everything. By embracing pain as your greatest ally. And by realizing that true freedom comes when you need nothing outside of yourself. Now, are you ready to take this further? Because in the next part, we go deeper. We unlock the most advanced Stoic Alpha principles that will take you beyond mere mental strength into absolute mastery over your emotions, your reactions, and your destiny. The code of the unshakable, how to become truly invincible in mind and spirit. Picture this. A man stands alone in the middle of a battlefield. Explosions around him, chaos, destruction, and fear swallowing everything in sight. But he doesn't flinch. His breathing remains steady, his mind unshaken, because he knows something others don't. Now, imagine that man is you, not in a literal battlefield, but in the battlefield of life. Every day, life throws challenges at you: stress, pressure, rejection, pain, and most people break under it. But not you, because by the end of this, you will have something far more powerful than motivation or confidence. You will have an unshakable core, a mind that cannot be moved, no matter what happens. So let's begin. Your emotions are liars. Control them, or they will control you. The first step to becoming unshakable is understanding one truth. Your emotions are not you. Think about it. Have you ever been angry about something, only to later realize it wasn't worth it? Have you ever feared something, only to later laugh at how small it really was? What does that mean? It means emotions are temporary illusions. They rise and fall like waves. But waves don't move the ocean. And you are the ocean. So here's today's first Stoic Alpha affirmation. I observe my emotions, but I do not obey them. Marcus Aurelius, a man who ruled an empire and faced endless betrayals, understood this well. If you are distressed by anything external, It is not the thing itself that troubles you, but your judgment about it. And you have the power to change that judgment at any moment. Pause and think about that. Right now, the thing that stresses you, worries you, or makes you afraid, is it really the thing itself? Or is it your judgment about it? Imagine you're standing in a storm. The wind is fierce. The rain is cold. You have two choices. You can fight the storm, or you can become the storm. So the next time anger rises, pause. The next time fear grips you, pause, and remind yourself, this is just a passing wave. I am the ocean. The power of indifference, how to break free from control. Most people live in chains, but they don't see them. They are controlled by what people think, by social pressure, by the fear of being disliked. They are puppets, and the strings are invisible. But you are about to cut those strings. Here's the next Stoic Alpha Affirmation. I do not seek approval. I seek mastery over myself. Why? Because the moment you seek approval, you give others control. If someone's opinion can lift you up, can also break you down, and that means you are not free. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoics, once said, "A man is unhappy because he cares too much about what is outside of his control." So ask yourself, how much of your energy is wasted worrying about what others think? How much of your potential is trapped because of a fear that doesn't even belong to you? A king does not beg for respect. A lion does not seek approval, and neither do you. So today, practice this. The next time you hesitate because of fear of judgment, do it anyway. The next time someone criticizes you, smile and move forward. The next time you feel the pull of approval, remind yourself, the only opinion that matters is the one in my own mind. Because freedom begins the moment you stop caring about things that don't matter. Pain is your greatest ally if you learn how to use it. Now, let's talk about pain, because this is where most people give up. Life hits them hard, and they fall. Someone rejects them, and they lose confidence. They fail once, and they think it's over. But here's what they don't understand. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your teacher. Here's today's next Stoic Alpha Affirmation. I do not suffer from pain. I train with it. Every great warrior in history understood this. The Spartans trained in the harshest conditions, not because they enjoyed suffering, but because it made them invincible. Epictetus, who was born a slave, put it this way: difficulties show what men truly are. Therefore, when trouble comes, remember, you were made for this. So now, think of your greatest struggle, the thing that hurts you most right now, the thing you wish you could remove from your life. What if, instead of seeing it as a curse, you saw it as a test? What if this difficulty is happening not to you, but for you? What if every painful moment is an opportunity to become something greater? So here's your challenge. Today, embrace discomfort. If something is hard, do it anyway. If something hurts, lean into it. If you fail, try again. Because pain is not stopping you. Pain is making you unstoppable. The secret weapon, a more fatty, loving everything that happens. We've talked about control over the mind, control over approval, and control over pain. But now, let's take it further. Let's talk about the highest level of freedom. Because most people resist life. They fight reality. They say, this shouldn't be happening. But the Stoic Alpha? He does the opposite. Here's today's final affirmation. I love everything that happens, because everything makes me stronger. This is a more fatty, a Latin phrase meaning love of fate. Nietzsche, one of the boldest philosophers in history, took this idea to the extreme. My formula for greatness in a human being is a more fatty, that one wants nothing to be different. Not forward, not backward, not in all eternity. This means, no matter what happens, you accept it, you embrace it, you use it. A setback? Good. Now you have a chance to grow. A failure? Good. Now you have a lesson that others don't. A betrayal? Good. Now you know who is real. Imagine if, From this moment forward, you never fought reality again. Imagine if, instead of resisting life, you worked with it, flowed with it, like water adapting to any shape. Wouldn't that make you invincible? This is true freedom. The moment you stop wishing things were different, and you start using everything to your advantage. So today, practice this. The next time something doesn't go your way, smile, say good, and move forward, because nothing is stopping you. Nothing can stop you. This is the code of the unshakable. Master your emotions. Detach from approval. Turn pain into power. And love everything that happens. Because this is not just philosophy. This is a weapon. This is how you win at life. Now, are you ready for the final part? Because next, we take this even further. We move from mental strength to absolute mastery. The path to the apex, becoming the Stoic Alpha who commands his reality. At this point, you've already begun to break free. You're no longer a slave to your emotions. You're no longer begging for approval. You no longer fear pain, you use it. But there's still one more level to reach. Because the truth is, most people never reach mastery. They get a taste of freedom, a glimpse of control, and they stop. They get comfortable. They settle. But not you. You didn't come this far just to be better. You came to master yourself so completely that you control your reality itself. This is the final transformation, the Stoic apex. By the end of this, you will walk through life untouchable, unstoppable, and undeniable. Let's begin. The power of total control, mastering the dichotomy of control. There are only two types of people in the world. Those who waste energy on things outside their control. Those who focus only on what they control and dominate their world because of it. Which one do you think is more powerful? Here's today's first Stoic Alpha affirmation. I control what I can, and I let go of what I cannot. This is the dichotomy of control, the most powerful mental model the Stoics ever developed. It is the foundation of total mastery. Epictetus said it simply, happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle. Some things are within your control, and some things are not. Think about this deeply. Right now, list everything in your life that's making you stressed, anxious, or angry. How many of those things are truly in your control? Most people obsess over the opinions of others, over external events, over things they wish were different. They fight reality and exhaust themselves. But you are different. If it is outside of my control, I do not waste a single thought on it. This means, if someone likes you or not your concern. If the market crashes, not your concern. If people gossip about you, not your concern. But what is under your control? Your reaction, your response, your mindset, your discipline. So from now on, whenever you feel overwhelmed, pause and ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, drop it. If the answer is yes, dominate it. The apex mindset, winning without emotion. Most people are ruled by emotions. They make decisions based on fear, impulse, and ego, and that's why they lose. The Stoic Alpha? He operates on logic, not feelings. Here's today's next affirmation. I act based on logic, not emotion. I execute my plans without hesitation. There's a reason warriors train to remain calm under pressure. Because the second emotion takes over, you are no longer in control. Marcus Aurelius said, think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly. What does this mean? It means drop all fear, drop hesitation, drop excuses. If you had nothing to lose, what would you do? If you weren't afraid of failure, what would you attempt? If emotions had no control over you, how powerful would you become? From now on, before you make a decision, pause and ask, is this a logical move, or am I just reacting? Is this action based on long-term success or short-term emotion? If I was already at my apex, how would I respond? Because if you truly want to reach the top, You must learn to execute with cold precision. The final discipline, ruthless self-command. Now we arrive at the final piece, the thing that separates the great from the average. Most people wait for motivation. They wait until they feel like it. They start things but never finish. They lack discipline. But the Stoic Alpha? He commands himself. Here's today's next affirmation. I do what must be done, no matter how I feel. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Think about how many times you've procrastinated on something, only to realize later that it wasn't even that hard. What does that mean? It means the mind is weak, and it must be trained. If you only do what's comfortable, you will never be powerful. If you only take action when it's easy, you will never be in control. So here's your challenge. For the next 30 days, do at least one thing daily that you do not want to do. Wake up earlier than usual. Take a cold shower. Do the hard task first. Go to the gym when you don't feel like it. Work on your goal when you're tired. Because every time you override your emotions, you reinforce the truth. You are in control. Final level, becoming the one who commands reality. There is one last thing, the rarest, most powerful state a human being can reach. It is when you no longer react to life. You create life. Here's the final affirmation. I do not follow. I do not react. I dictate the terms of my reality. Marcus Aurelius ruled the most powerful empire in history, yet he never let it control him. Why? Because he understood this. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Most people wake up and drift through life. They react to events instead of creating their own path. They follow. But you, from this moment forward, you lead. You decide how your life unfolds. You set the standards. You dictate how people treat you. You carve the path, and the world adjusts to you. If an obstacle appears, you move through it. The plans change. You adapt effortlessly. If life challenges you, you laugh because you were built for this. The Stoic apex is not just about endurance. It is about command. So here is the final test. For the next 7 days, live as if everything is happening exactly as it should. No complaints, no hesitation, only action. You are not a follower. You are not controlled. You are not afraid. You are the one who commands. The transformation is complete. You have reached the peak. You have learned the power of total control. Focus only on what you control, and let go of the rest. The apex mindset, execute with logic, not emotions. The final discipline, do what must be done, no matter how you feel. The ultimate state, you are the creator of your own reality. This is the Stoic Alpha. This is the mind of an emperor, a warrior, a conqueror. And now, it is yours. Now go, live it, own it, be it. And before you leave, answer this final question. If today was your last day, did you live it the way a true Stoic Alpha would? This is how you transform your life daily. This is how you become unstoppable. If you're ready for more, share this wisdom with someone who needs it, because the world needs fewer followers and more leaders like you.